difficult to get off the ground against that team tonight?
Yeah, I don't know. I think we had a good start in the first period, and just got to find a way to sustain that energy that we had.
Jonathan, that's maybe 2 straight games where you guys will probably like some or maybe.
I can't speak for all the teams, but I would imagine that has something to do with the condensed schedule, and I think it's managing the schedule and having energy for games, taking care of your body, all those little things away from the rink. You look ahead, and it's pretty relentless until at least our Christmas break, but then even the Olympic break. So. It's just finding a rhythm, what keeps your body loose and prepared, and making sure you're putting yourself in good spots out on the ice and you're playing with energy. So I think just trying to manage that as much as possible.
Thank you. A lot of experience. It seems like going down to 5D at sometimes early in the game. Another situation tonight. How do you think you handled that?
Yeah, I thought we did a pretty good job. I thought guys stepped up and played pretty hard. I mean, it's not ideal that early. Obviously, losing Neil's a big piece of that back end and to our team. So, we hope everything's okay there. But, it's a next guy mentality, and, whoever's in, or if we go to 5D, more ice for the rest of us and more opportunities. So try to take advantage of it and try to make the most of it.
Does it get discouraging to have as many injuries as you guys have had to deal with here through the first quarter of the season?
It's certainly not ideal, but you got to deal with it at the end of the day. I mean, you're dealt the cards that are handed to you, and you got to persevere through that. So, we got to find another level here without these guys, and we have it in this room. It's just not going out and doing it.
So to that point, it's been theorized that when you have a goaltender like Connor Hellebuyck, sometimes a team, it's not just how they play, but the confidence that you get from having them behind you. Does there need to be a concern for this team of the confidence level that it can have without a Hart Trophy goaltender?
No, I mean, there's definitely we're not, hitting the panic button or anything like that. We understand, obviously, the type of player Connor is. He won the Hart Trophy as a goaltender. It's very unique how strong he is in that position, and I think obviously it is a hole. There's no doubt about it. That being said, it doesn't mean that we can't go out and win games. We're confident in whoever's in the net that we can put out a good effort and play our game. No matter who's in the net, it shouldn't change how we play. We still have to defend well. We still have to keep our structures. We still need to do the things we need to do. And at the end of the day, no matter who was in the net tonight, we weren't going to win. We didn't score. So, that's kind of the reality of the situation. Obviously it takes a little bit wind out of your sails because, the type of player he is and how good he is. But at the end of the day, it's a next man mentality. And we're a type of team here that when there's adversity that hits, we're usually good with handling it. So it's just making sure that we take care of our game individually and collectively, and everything will take care of itself from there.
And speaking of adversity, this team has done such a good job over the last number of years of getting out to a good start, not being in a position where you kind of have to scratch and claw at this point in the season. What's that feel like? How is it different? What kind of pressures does it create to be where you are right now in the standings?
The only pressure we have is what we put on ourselves. At the end of the day, if we win the game next game or lose it, it doesn't matter in regards to, the season isn't going to be done. We still have a long way to go. For me, it's more, I think, the process, and I think that's our concern as a team is that right now I don't think we're playing the way we want to play. Results take that out of the equation. I don't think we're even close to where we need to be a successful team when it really matters down the road. We've shown it in flashes. It hasn't been consistent. We need to find that consistency. It's kind of, we're a quarter of the way of the season here. It's that time where we start stringing games together, and we'll worry about the result. Usually when you're playing well and we feel confident when we play our game and do the right things, that the result will take care of itself. So, we're exactly what our record says we are, inconsistent. And right now we need to, find that, and we have it in our room. It's just going to have to be bringing it every single night. Don't change our game period to period, and make sure that we're rolling four lines and 3 pairs of D.
You mentioned last one, maybe not playing the way you'd like. Did you see Adams' sort of attempt there? Was that the captain just trying to maybe drag guys into the fight a little more?
I'm not going to speak for him, but it looked like that. It looked like, I don't think you want to fight too many times in a zone face-off. So I think that would probably be what it was. I think you're right on that. He's our heart and soul for sure. And, he goes against one of the toughest guys in the league too, and, try to give us a boost. And, it sucks that we couldn't maybe kind of get the ball rolling there. For a guy to sacrifice like that in a fight, we'd love to have gotten one, or at least got some momentum and, turn some shifts over and things like that.
Power play has been clicking pretty well, but shorthanded goals allowed in the last 2 games. How big a concern is that?
Oh, it's a huge concern. Obviously, the other night it was a tie game, and it was the game winner. And tonight we're down 1, and instead of staying in games, it's we get beat up ice. 2 games in a row we got beat up ice, and some other things happened prior to that, whether it's a turnover or where it's a puck battle on the wall. But you can't get beat up the ice like we did 2 games in a row. They're costly. Those goals are costly.
High volume of shots. What do you think about the quality you're able to generate in front of Wallstad?
Certainly in the first period. Liked their start. Second period, started to play a long game. Tried to, instead of breaking out as 5, we were stretching it out, trying to go long. We weren't getting pucks down below hash marks like we did in the first period to get that zone time, the cycle time, sort of tale of two tapes there, you know, and just the first period was textbook, couldn't score, but at the same time, you know, the second we just didn't do enough of the right things to get down low. And again, you know, a coverage goal. You know, the goal we gave up the first one, we're in a 0-0 hockey game. That's a coverage goal. And to me, we lost battles on the wall, 2 battles on the walls, and then we leave the net front wide open. Same thing with that last goal that they got, coverage. And those are things for us that when we're on, we don't give those looks up. And, you know, there's lots of stretches here recently where we've been really good in that area and not allowing those. I don't care who the goaltender is. You give up stuff dead in front of the net. It puts you behind the 8 ball. And I talked about when we're on, we allow stuff from the outside. You know, we don't allow second chances. But tonight, you know, those plays came right into the middle of the ice.
Dylan DeMello touched on what you're talking about there, the not being on as consistently as you were in the number of the years past. And I just wondered about the quarter pole of the season for a coach. Where are you at and why this team doesn't have the consistency that it had last year?
Let's start with injuries, all right? Let's start with injuries. Let's not sugarcoat it. Like everybody else, there's a lot of injuries happening. We've been getting hammered here and got hammered again tonight. So we'll just, you know what, it's – guys, you're getting opportunities to play more minutes or do more things and take advantage of it. Consistency, whether that's period to period, game to game, also has to be something that I would say in this first 21 has been lacking. You know, and just us, you know, making sure that, you know, we always took a lot of pride in staying in and winning 1-goal games. Right now, that's not happening, and we got to look first at that. And the longer you can hang around in games, if it takes you, you know, we think back, you know, if it takes us 50 minutes to get ourselves a win, it may take us that or longer. So you can't give up goals like we have in the middle periods the last couple of games. And, you know, then now you got to chase the game. Now you got to get away from what you're really good at. And, you know, I liked it, like I mentioned. The first period is textbook. We just have to do that for 3 periods.
You mentioned Neil. We could all sort of see him kind of fighting through that right off that first shift. Do you have a sense yet of how serious?
Yeah, we'll go day to day right now. Just obviously got to get looked at a little bit more here, but just kind of wait and see how it is tomorrow.
And obviously with heading out onto the road, you'll have to make a decision whether you bring some insurance, I guess, along.
I'll wait and hear what he has to say tomorrow. The docs have to say.
Did you see that the fight by Adam there? Did you see that as an attempt, you know, your captain maybe just trying to wake everybody up a little bit?
Yeah, exactly what it was. Exactly. We're down 1, and you know, that first 12 minutes of that second period, you know, we were doing things that we hadn't done in the first, and you know, we were creating zone time in our end of the rink, and he just felt it was something that he needed to do, and you know, that's stuff that Adam does. I really would like our response after that to be a lot better than what it was. Thank you.